All right. Now we are beginning. I can hear my own echo in the headphones. That's going to be annoying. Oh well, figure it out. So, for those of you who missed our previous Homestar gaming stream, it is archived. It is archived on youtube.com/Doggans. Doggans. Odds are you're watching this one on the very same YouTube channel, but just in case you're watching it on Twitch and you're wondering where part one from the other one day is, it's on YouTube because YouTube allows me to archive streams forever. Unlike Flash, which is going away in a few days, and Strongbad's Twitter account seems to indicate that he's not sure when the games will be playable again, so let's enjoy now. It's true. Everybody la-di-da-di-da, indeed. All right. Let's do some scrolling around the whole site while we still can. Again, hopefully this will all be archived in some way or another, but tunes. God, the most recent big tune is Goes for the Gold. I feel like they've done more recent ones on YouTube, but they just didn't make it to the big tunes page. Go for the Gold, 2-part episode, part 1 and 2. Wow, that goes back. Kick a Ball, Career Day, DNA Evidence, Date Night, that's a classic. Strongest Man in the World, Welcome Back. God, remember when that seemed like a hiatus? A Folky Tale, Cool Things, Bug in Mouth Disease, Shopping for Danger, Strong Bad is in Jail cartoon. I guess they never did a separate category for Cheat Commandos. That's interesting. Strong Bad is in Jail cartoon is one of my favorites. Parsnips Aplenty, Where's the Cheat? I guess big tunes were always kind of few and far between. If we have to go all the way, like we go from Strong Bad is in Jail to Parsnips Aplenty and Where's the Cheat? Non-holiday big tunes anyway. Yeah, The Luau, Jorb Well Done, Reddish Radish, In Search of the Yellow Dello, The King of Town, and still no Jumping Jack Contest or Marshmallow's Last Stand. Shorts, characters from Yonder website, squint emojis. Some of these shorts are longer than some of the big tunes. Flash is Dead from 5 years ago. A Portent of Things to Come. Animated Adventures of Puppet Homestar, On Break, Compy Catalog, Where My Hat Is At, The Cheat, Where You Going To. So I, of course, recently did this year's Decemberween D list, recently released that, where I ranked the Strong Bad Sings tracks, and yeah. Those are my opinions on the tracks of that album. It's a solid album start to finish. I'm getting tired of hearing myself in my ears. It's a solid album start to finish, but it was fun to revisit and fun to rank. I don't remember what 500 the Cheats is. Okay. Sounds about right. Nope, just the cheat is clickable. Oh, flashing light warning. That certainly was 500 the cheats. And that's the kind of stuff we're losing with the loss of flash. What else is under shorts? Four Greg's was a short, listed as a short, not as a TGS, but I ranked it as a TGS last year anyway. Playdate is one I forgot about until recently. Important rap song. I'm just revisiting all the menus while they're still visitable, because who knows what it'll look like in a few days. The earliest short is Strong Bad Sings, again tying into tying into the D list I just released. Downs. Wear a bikini. Oh, you're one to judge with your Teen Girl Squad scribblings. I like that line because it's just Matt making fun of Mike for being bad at the voices. If you had Christmas money, what would you use it for? So bad it's good movie or a genuinely good movie? Well, it depends on how much money I had. Are we talking like just buying a movie or going to see a movie? All right. Gonna miss the characters page. I know these are all archived on YouTube in varying levels of officialness. Buying a movie, I guess it just depends on what movie was available, which one I would buy, a good or a bad. Downloads. The store will still be functional after the new year. We know that much. Yeah, it depends on what movie I wanted to buy. Are you asking what to do with your Christmas money? Because do what you will, I guess. I mean, we always have plenty of places for money to go. There are plenty of good causes for money to go to, but then there's also, you know, everything at the bottom of the screen right now. Shameless plug. Okay, we don't need to play Trogdor because that's already been converted to a non-flash format. I love the menu choice for old games. So old they are new. Maybe you forgot. That always amuses me. Population Tire, Dungeon Man. We will get back to Stinko Man. I played level 1 of Stinko Man last time, and we will get back to that. But I also want to do first. I want to turn into Stinko Man himself. Old games made for Wii. Wave it all around. Yeah, that was when the new hotness was that you could access a web browser on the Wii. So any game that didn't require a keyboard, and even some games that previously required keyboards, they converted to mouse format so that you could easily play it with the Wiimote. Will we see Mickey McNitpick again? We will. I make no promises as to where, but he will show up. Okay, well, I'm not going to bother to enable Flash on... no. Well, there goes the screen. Hold on a second. Bear with me here. Share screen again. And we're back. I'm going to miss watch intro. La dee da dee da. Back to games. Before we get right into Stinko Man, I think I'm going to spend a little bit of time with the Dangerous Rumisode. Blue milk or green milk? I like them both all right. Neither of them are my favorite theme park beverage, but they're both... I think they'd be great if they came in smaller sizes because I like the first couple of sips and then they get kind of boring. Yeah, the original Easter eggs are going to be hard to say goodbye to. I know they're still on the DVD versions, but it's not the same. So, you may or may not recall, Dangerous Rumisode came about basically when Telltale was putting out a Strong Bad School game for attractive people. The second to last chapter was Dangerous 3, The Criminal Projective. And basically the meta-narrative was Videlectrix and Telltale were at odds. So Videlectrix put out this way better Dangerous point-and-click adventure that all takes place in one room. So it's Dangerous Rumisode 1, and they never made any further Rumisodes. And since I played Peasant's Quest last time, I figured I'd play the LucasArts style adventure they did, since I already played the Sierra style. That warehouse was full of action and suspense. You're a loose cannon, a loner. I think this is the only time we really hear of Dangerous' boss, because presumably the chief is not Ronaldo. Which do I like more, Sierra or LucasArts? I have more nostalgia for Sierra, and I think Sierra at its peak did some of the best stuff. But Sierra also had a lot more low points than LucasArts did within the adventure gaming. And even the best Sierra games, I think, have more frustrating elements than the best LucasArts games do. So, I mean, the answer is both, but Sierra is not for the faint of heart. Impromptu makeouts with femme fatales. Boom. Danger desk. Yeah, I already said that. Some of my favorite point-and-click games. My favorite of all time is King's Quest VI. I made a video game, or I made an Obsession of the Moment video about that. That's my favorite game of any format of all time. but I really love the Monkey Island series. The original Sam & Max is pretty great, and most of the Telltale chapters of Sam & Max are also pretty great. How does he point and click with boxing gloves on? I will say the LucasArts games, for the most part, were more self-aware. They were, and they also the LucasArts games did not punish you nearly as much as the Sierra games punish you. Like Space Quest was the closest for Sierra games to matching LucasArts for sense of humor, but Space Quest also really reveled in torturing you. The first two Monkey Islands are masterpieces. The third Monkey Island is mostly very good, with some annoyances. But Strong Bad's cool game for attractive people. I remember loving. I haven't played it in a while, but I need to revisit it to see how much of my love for it was just because of my love for the Homestar world and how much was because of the gameplay itself. Need photographic evidence of the attack. Need physical evidence that was left behind. Need the case file to have the solve stamp on it. Again, so arbitrary whether it'll walk you there or whether you have to walk yourself there. This is true across the board for adventure games. That's probably King's Quest VII was animated by the same studio that did the CDI games. King's Quest VII tries to be like full-on Disney fairy tale, but the best it can really do in terms of aesthetic is kind of lesser Don Bluth. But I really admire its ambition. Kung Fu Dragon Takeout. A take support issue, if you will. And Pom Pom's in the game. And he's not anymore. There's the Pom Pom cameo. The Pam Pam balloon. That city is so at the heart. Oh. Let's skip past the second line of exposition. Oh, thanks, Harry. Yeah, that's an old one of mine. The Indiana Jones point-and-click adventure games. And in the moonlight, things get kind of kooky. It's been a while since I've played this one, so I do not remember all of the all of the puzzles. I do not actually remember what I'm supposed to be doing here. It has been a while. Solved. And I lost. I do appreciate that they let you just pick up where you left off. I thought it was turn off the lights, but that didn't. I do like Danger Desk. Right, now I remember. Seriously compromising photographs. Not a lot of jumping in this game, unfortunately. I feel like this shot was very influenced by Rear Window. I also am reasonably certain that they had the beginning of Sam and Max on the mind when they were designing this office. Okay. Did I break the game just by trying to grab the takeout? I think I broke it. Let's reload. Oh, that's never happened before. Okay, where were we? Okay, let's... Oh, I guess you can jump just by using Dangeresque. Just quickly go through all of it. That's not what I meant to... God damn it. Unsolved stab. Just read it for... Okay, no actual points from reading it. I did play Poker Night at the Inventory. That was a lot of fun. I missed that era of Telltale. I never played the second Poker Night, but it looks to be similar fun, and they got GLaDOS involved at that point, and it was Poker Night. Actually, as I recall, it makes it pretty easy. So I got to be below the chair. So I kind of come around from the other side, sure. Yeah, I never played the Walking Dead game. I think the last Telltale game I played was their Back to the Future game, which, you know, I appreciated for being a Back to the Future game, but it was just too easy as an adventure game, and that was annoying to me. But hey, what you gonna do? Of course, it's the adventure game thing of sometimes you need to do things in the right order and sometimes you don't. Least favorite Disneyland ride still open? Good question. Just Disneyland Park or Disneyland Resort? Bye, Pam Pam. I guess my least favorite Disneyland Park ride still open is probably... It might be Astro Orbiter. Like, just because I don't think I've ever once ridden it, and I don't like what it does to traffic flow in Tomorrowland. And it was far more interesting. You know, Star Jets were far more interesting when they were on top of the on top of the People Mover track. Yeah, they did do. I actually never played the reissue, but there was I recall when the game was coming out, like there was apparently a big mix-up behind the scenes where Telltale reached out to Tom Wilson to be in it, and he said that they never reached out to him. And I have a feeling it was just like Tom's publicist says no to more Back to the Future things than he says yes to, and it probably never got to Tom in the first place. So, So more likely than not, it was just a mix-up, and then they were able to rectify that for the later release. I didn't play it, so I don't know if he redubbed just Biff or if they had him redub Biff and Kid Tannen. All right, what else do I need? Physical evidence. Yeah, stuff like Tom made so much of his brand for a while off of a kind of being over Back to the Future, but still like semi-embracing it. I don't remember how to provide physical evidence. Like I said, it's been a long while since I've played this game. If Hollywood rebooted Phineas and Ferb into a movie, well, they kind of did this summer. There was a live-action animated hybrid movie in development that I think Michael Arndt was attached to write the screenplay, which would have been interesting. But that got scrapped, and then instead we got years later we got Candace Against the Universe, but that would have been the theatrical Phineas and Ferb movie. Okay, so it is drink the coffee and eat the takeout, and that's how physical evidence happens. That's not what I clicked on, you dumb thing. They sure got the pixel hunting aspect right. Peasant's Quest, I remembered everything, and that game is so much longer, but this game, it's like Okay, that time it didn't kill the game, so... And that way, in case you do that before, you can still use the box for the other puzzle. Oh, coffee. I mean, if they rebooted it with none of the original crew, I would be concerned. Right, below the chair. So arbitrary. The thing is, some of these adventure games... Some of them, it's definitely not your fault if you're having trouble with them, because some of them are designed poorly with bad puzzles. Will Disneyland ever get a stunt show? Disneyland kind of has part of a stunt show. The pirate ship sequence in Fantasmic is kind of a stunt show. I love how he's planting DNA evidence that will implicate himself. Thoughts on the new Snow White refurb? Mostly looking forward to it. I talked about this on the podcast today on Patreon. I'm mostly looking forward to it, although I just hope they don't take out all the creepiness. But what they've shown us looks cute. Your methods may be questionable, but you'll always get results. So who is the chief? Is it Bubs? There it is. The jumping is not part of the gameplay. And I'm sure lots of people were like, why couldn't this part have just been a side-scroller game? Ended. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Yeah, funny how the game So Short was the game where I barely remembered any of the puzzles, but that's also because I've only played it like probably once before that. All right, what else we got here? We got... Could play a little Dungeon Man, but I feel like the Dungeon Man games will be easy to port to a non-Flash format. Well, you know, the crooked cop trope is one that's always been a little problematic. Favorite webtoon other than Homestar? Good question. Other than Homestar, I tended to watch more live-action web series than animated ones, but I know there are other animated ones I've enjoyed. Let's see. Yeah, let's just go to Stinko Man. Let's do Stinko Man because they put all the effort into level 10, and I can only play for so much longer, so... I played level 1 the other day. A little pollen storm for us. I'm just enjoying this. The Videlectrix CD. New mode, of course, because I suck at this game. All right, let's do level 2. But if this is taking too long, we'll skip ahead to level 10. What? Well, for a full motion video strong bad game, the closest we got is the blue Laserdisc challenge on one of the DVDs, which was basically basically a why am I blanking on it? Dragon's Lair, where it was like you just choose which direction to go, and the premise was like it was a game made for Laserdisc, but of course it was made for DVD because it was made this century. Strong Bad mentioned on Twitter who did the animation for the opening animatic. I can't remember the name of the person, but if you go back through Strong Bad's tweets, that animatic was, I believe it was a fan who put that together, but they might also be a professional person. And of course, as my Chromebook is slow, making streaming side-scrolling games much more difficult than streaming point-and-click games. Eventually, I will get a computer that doesn't suck, But those of you who follow me on TikTok know that today is not that day. I'm just going to keep dying if that's cool. Nope. Just gonna... Oh, hey. that wasn't so bad. Now I can actually afford to die a lot here. Oh, I suck at this game. I really suck at this game. Yes, but they recently did re-release the female DVDs. Fortunately, I guess that I guess they found the masters or found a way to duplicate them again. Just the females. They haven't re-released. No new pack of the everything else, but new pack of the female DVDs. By all accounts, it's all the exact same stuff that was in the previous releases. So if you already have them, there's not necessarily reason to buy them again, unless you just want fresher copies because your old discs have damage, or you just want a backup in case they go. Everything else, Volume 1 is still available, but they haven't done, like they did a Female Complete DVD pack recently, and they haven't given that treatment to everything else. But like a Female 1 through 200 box set they did recently. Like I said, it's just the same discs as before, but now in a single pack. Yeah, I'd love for them to put out another DVD. I think their mentality is like people don't buy DVDs anymore, which fair enough, but some of us like physical media, and and here I go. And if it's the only way for posterity for an interactive version of the tunes, even if it's not the original interactive versions, yeah, I still like DVDs too. I still collect DVDs and Blu-rays, physical media in general. I just feel safer with physical media, like weirdly enough. Like in theory, digital media is in the cloud forever, but like what if it gets taken off the service you're using it on and then you run out of hard drive space or your hard drive dies, as so many of mine have over the years? Like, I just have more paranoia with digital media than I do with physical media. I mean, people are already becoming keenly aware that, you know, it's better to own than to rely on streaming services. You know, I'm not actually enjoying this. I think I'm going to skip ahead to level 10 because they put so much hard work into it. I meant to do refresh, but I hit back. Yeah, Cloud in general, I have a tenuous trust of. There are some things I trust it for and some things I don't. Where would he put the Bowels of Trogdor in a real theme park? I can neither confirm nor deny that someday there will be an Armchair Imagineering on Homestar stuff. I feel asleep. Hard twice. Okay. I appreciate that the Brothers Chaps took basically their two earliest, their first two huge hits, which were Dragon and Japanese cartoon, and channeled them into their two favorite gaming genres, adventure game and side scroller, King's Quest and Mega Man. Is that like a King of Town guy? Does he die? There we go. The Duke of the Village, yes. This would be better if Chromebooks could handle a game and broadcasting a stream at the same time, but hey. That one was easier to kill. No extra life for me. Not really sure where I'm supposed to be going here, but hey. Probably not there. God damn it. Like I said, not good at this game. I hope it's not too long before this becomes playable again and all these games become playable again. I hope it's not too long before, you know, Ruffle or whatever preserves and emulates Flash for the Homestar site. Because I'm going to miss not only the games, but the clickables, the Easter eggs, the loading screens, all the bonuses. I'm going to miss them all. I think there's room. Yeah, there's room for more Homestar I think there's room for more Homestar games in every genre. Not just Flash games made by the brothers and Jonathan, but full on like in addition to the Telltale game, other game publishers licensing Homestar for their respective mediums. So yeah, like a full on a full on Nintendo style 3D platformer where you're running and jumping all around the different worlds of Free Country. Homestar Racing, that would be fun. I guess we get the closest we have to that is Awesome Cross, which is really just tire jumping. What would a Homestar fighting game, like a Homestar Smash Brothers, be like? Yeah. I appreciate this game so much, but I do not necessarily enjoy playing it because I'm not good at it. I appreciate the existence of this game more than I enjoy the gameplay of this game. I like watching people who are good at this sort of game play this. Homestario Party and Homestario Kart. Homestario Tennis, bring it all. We know that Strong Bad plays badminton, so I do not like the pattern those bullets move in. Yeah. Someone, it might have been on Pods, I don't remember. Someone was pitching Strong Bad for, talking about if Strong Bad was added to Smash, basically his special move would be summoning Trogdor. And one of his moves would be kicking the cheat into people. And dead. Yeah, this level is very Castlevania. And I didn't even get to a checkpoint. That's a good sign for this gameplay. We may not finish level 10 today because I suck at it, but I'm sure plenty of other people have already posted playthroughs of level 10, and I'm sure there are lots of good streamers out there who know how to play games like this. So in a in a non-Mega Man knockoff, but like just a more Mario, Sonic, Crash Bandicoot style Homestar platformer game, do you think you'd be playing as Homestar or Strong Bad? I could actually see it being a game where you play as Homestar because he is, after all, a terrific athlete. So a game where you get to really like run around and jump as Homestar could be a lot of fun. There's only so much you can do in terms of like types of moves, what with his lack of arms. So it would probably be much more of an old school as far as the controls go. Like you basically just run and jump the end. But I think that would be fun. I feel like I'm on the wrong track here. That looks like something I would like need to ground pound, except that's not a move in this game. But yeah, I like the idea of a Homestar, an actual Homestar running game. Oh, these things can actually be shot. The cheat, where is he going to? And once he gets there, what do you think he's gonna do? Yeah, the cheat could be a fun platformer character. A Cheat Commandos platform game, that could work. Is there a Cheat Commandos game other than the Blue Laserdisc Challenge? Even in like an Easter egg somewhere, I don't remember much interactive Cheat Commando stuff, and that seems like something that should be. They could have done like a Cheat Commandos like Battleship clone or something. Yeah, Blue Laserdisc Challenge is the only Cheat Commandos game. That's fascinating. Usually they, well, I guess there's no real Teen Girl Squad game either, other than the just Teen Girl Squad mini games in the Telltale game, and those aren't really mini games. It's more of like a mini arts and crafts project. Star Fox, but it's Cheat Commandos. I'm on board. I'm on board. I'm not bored. Yeah, I like that idea a lot. I do feel like, yeah, Cheat Commandos game would work real great as some sort of tactical game just because there are so many of them. Nope. Running away did not help. I'm Crack Stuntman. Do a barrel roll. There we go. This is what I was looking at earlier. Can I get up there? Is that a hole in space-time? Either way, I should probably shoot at it. Yeah, what are other games they never got to that would be good? And get you, extra man. Oh, come on. Little UFO guy, what you doing there? Old-timey game, but it's a board game. The Portly Wash Boy Laundry Paste game. I feel like the old-timey characters game would be like not even a full board game, but like one of those weird like peg games you play in a Cracker Barrel. A full-on wood carved something or other. You know what I'm really gonna miss when Flash goes away is the interactive Halloween tunes. The because like they archived those on YouTube, but that's not the same at all. That sounds familiar. Making an RPG sounds familiar. I can't remember. I honestly don't remember if that was an official project or a fan project, but I remember hearing something about that. Nope, that didn't work. Their friend was making an RPG on the Atari 2600. Yes, that sounds very familiar. The old-timey characters, yeah, in an old-timey physical arcade, much like on Main Street USA. So the old-timey characters game would be like a love handle, squeeze, strength tester game. All right, let's try this again and wait for this thing to come back up. Okay, now we're doing something. That's fun. So many skulls. Okay, now finally a checkpoint. Once I break these skulls. And there's that extra life from earlier, but not worth it. Oh yes, I listened to that this morning. Thank you. Yeah, that was a fun episode this morning of Pods. You were great on it. I'm glad you liked my episodes. Thank you. I'm also very much with you in like I'm very much with you in that if nothing else, Alexa is the reason to listen to Fahugwa Pods because she brings the perspective that like those of us who have been thinking about Homestar for years, this stuff never would have occurred to us. But everything David and Michael say is, the stuff we've already thought and felt. But then Alexa brings her perspective and totally recontextualizes everything, and it's so much fun. I mean, the whole show is great. David and Michael are also great, but Alexa is the star of the show. We all know this. Okay, it seems like it's going to be easier to just jump over them than to keep shooting them. Would a Homestar movie be good or turn out like some other film adaptations? Depends on which other film adaptations you mean. I think the Telltale games prove that Homestar can sustain a longer form story. I just don't know if the brothers would be interested in making a feature-length movie. If they announced it, I would watch it. If the teaser trailer was just the everybody, but then it said Homestar goes everybody only in theaters. Reggie Watts' Bubs. I love that. I think Homestar does. Ooh, Ricky as Marzipan. I love that. Ricky Lindholm as Marzipan, and then Kate McCucci as a suddenly speaking for some reason Carol. The fewer elements that are on screen, the faster the game works on this crappy Chromebook. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Okay, I know this platform will start to disappear after I jump on it, so I'm waiting for it to start its... And that was a mistake. Ben Schwartz, Homestar. Oh, that's great. I love seeing in the wild celebrities wearing Homestar merch. See, what's funny about Ben Schwartz's Homestar connection is Jean-Ralphio on Parks and Rec. My experience with Jean-Ralphio was very similar. No, this was a mistake. It was very similar to my experience with Teen Girl Squad, which was at first I found both Jean-Ralphio and Teen Girl Squad. At first, I found both Jean-Ralphio and Teen Girl Squad kind of annoying, but then after a certain point, like I think in both cases after their like third or fourth appearance, like they just suddenly clicked for me and I found them hilarious. What's fun is I have no idea how fast these platforms are supposed to be moving, like on a real computer. Okay, wait for you to come back up. Yeah, we're all yawning, Stinko Man, but this is your game, not mine. There's also so many levels of Homestar fan. I was thinking recently about how the fact that in the mid 2000s they were making a living off of merch sales. Like, I know how small a percentage of one's audience actually buys merch. So however big Homestar felt at the time, it must have been even bigger. And then there were no. But then there's all the levels of fandom where it's like there's dorks like me who obsessed over everything and read the wiki and, you know, did deep dives into everything Homestar. But then there's people who just saw Trogdor and a couple of strong bad emails, and, you know, I'm not trying to gatekeep. Those people are genuine fans the same way I am, but I'm not trying to say any fandom is more or less valid. But it's like when there's Homestar fandom, it's like, okay, when I meet another Homestar fan, I'm never sure exactly how esoteric I can go with my quotes at first. Yeah. Well, this stickly man is annoying. Oh yeah, I didn't imply I was. I didn't mean to imply that just being deeper into something was gatekeeping. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't coming off as saying, you know, there are casual fans and then there are real fans, because that's not what my intention is. All fandom is valid. That Trogdor guy. Oh, go away, Coach C guy. But yeah, and any like, I think Homestar Runner is the last time, you know, like the glory days of Homestar is the last time I can think of where everybody I knew in real life knew the same internet thing. I don't know if Mike and Matt have listened to Bahugwa Pods at all, but I know the Strong Bad Twitter has interacted with them a couple of times. And Michael made it into the fan costumes video this year, which is pretty great. So, like, does shooting the skulls only work when they're up? Because this is an annoying thing. Nice meeting you too. Yeah, yeah, I enjoyed your episode, and good times. This is a difficult game to pay attention. It's games like this is difficult to pay attention to the game and the chat at the same time. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Flag Day. Come to the place where the tropical breezes flow. Ba-da-da-da. Okay, I'm just running past it. I'm done. And for everyone in the chat who hasn't yet, subscribe to Come On Fahugwa Pods because it's a fun podcast. I've been on 2 episodes, but all the episodes are great, and it's worth listening to from the beginning to sort of track the evolution of everyone's relationship with the Homestar. It's a great podcast because, like, again, it has the perspective of like every level of fandom, because you have Michael, who remembers basically all the cartoons. You have David, who remembers a lot of them, but he's like in the more casual or sort of long forgotten element of the fandom. And then you have Alexa, who's coming to it for the first time and makes for some of the most interesting discussion. Don't you hate it when you get really into something way past its heyday, so no one ever knows what you're talking about? Honestly, that's part of the reason I started Dave's Obsession at the moment, was to give me a venue to talk about things that nobody else was talking about anymore. And it's like, well, if I have a built-in show for it, then people can choose to watch or not, but at least I will have an outlet for my feelings about whatever I have feelings about. This is giving me some level 1 flashbacks here. Are they going to do like elements of all the levels going through? That'd be kind of interesting. Hold on a second here. Sorry about that. Climbing down incredibly slowly. And the worst spot I could land. Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna have to take a second here because sorry, my phone is my camera, and apparently it's forgetting that it's plugged in, so the battery's running low. There we go. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. It's hard to gauge your platforming on a computer this slow. But also, out of all the computers I have, this is the one that handles streaming the best. And that's truly sad. Yeah, earlier this year I realized, so it hasn't been, I think it still hasn't quite been 10 years since I released the first Dave Does Disney, but it's been over 10 years since I started filming the first Dave Does Disney's, and that's very wild. I talked about this on the podcast earlier this year in an episode entitled The Dave Does Disney Decade. Okay, there's nothing over here. This is not the way to go. Yeah, it looks like we're doing basically every level again. Well, now I kind of wish I had replayed the whole thing, but I really don't have time to do that. I'm not really doing Stinko Man justice in this stream, and I apologize for that, but the Taylor Swift writing Expedition Everest thing, I'm honestly, like, I performatively complained about it on camera, but I'm so glad that happened because I had like so little going for me in the Animal Kingdom episode, because like I had only been there twice at the time. I hadn't done everything yet. It was kind of a mistake to do the episode, except that it's just when I was doing things. Ah, big pile of chickens. So the whole yeah, the Taylor Swift thing actually like gave the episode, since I hadn't done Festival of the Lion King yet, which would have given me plenty of material, but the Taylor Swift thing actually allowed something to happen in the episode, so that was nice. What's my favorite episode of Dave Does Disney? I'm still pretty proud of the Hollywood Studios episode. I think of like the original like main 6 episodes, that one is probably the most solid. The most fun to write was the Beauty and the Beast riff. That was endlessly fun to write. Yeah, I mean, I'm indifferent to Taylor Swift as a musician. I was mostly just performatively complaining about being cut in line by performatively complaining about celebrity privilege, but really it's like, it's not like it actually made our wait any slower. I was just also providing a contrast from my friend Rafal, who was so excited to see Taylor Swift. The nostalgia this generates. I'm glad you can live secondhand through our Homestar nostalgia. The kind of thesis I was going for in my original, the first Homestar video I made, which was the obsession of the moment on Peasant's Quest, was how Homestar is kind of rooted in collective nostalgia, because so much of the frame of reference comes from things the Brothers Chaps are nostalgic for, and now we are nostalgic for that collective nostalgia, and it's very fascinating. Oh, I'm glad I could introduce you to my other frames of reference through my videos. I'm glad. No, stop, fire. I'm glad you all still enjoy my videos and that they have a life beyond, you know, being uploaded and forgotten. I'm glad that I'm able to make things that stick with people. Especially like one of the reasons I'm actually very appreciative of YouTube launching the premiere feature and having like a chat, a live chat during the premiere of the videos is like making internet videos is a particularly lonely form of entertainment because like you make it, you put it out there, and then gradually you maybe get feedback, but not always get feedback. So I'm glad that YouTube has a way to now watch it live with people because it makes the YouTube creating experience a little less lonely to know in the moment that it is being watched and enjoyed. Fallen rocks. Yeah, we're going through a greatest hit of all the previous levels, and that's a real cool thing for the final level to do. Really makes me wish I had time to replay through the whole game to get the full experience, but I mean, we only have a few days before this goes away, and I don't know, like, I only have like probably another half hour, 40 minutes that I can stream today, and I don't know if I'll be able to stream again before the new year. I hope you enjoy the Monkey Island games. Sorry, again, difficult to keep up with the chat and the side scrolling at the same time. Yep. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need that health pill when I can reach it. Yeah, Monkey Island, as far as adventure games go, has a lot of replayability just for revisiting the jokes and finding the jokes you missed last time. In the age-old debate about replayability of puzzle and adventure games. No, stay down while he goes over you. How much time do I think the Simpsons ride has left? At least until its contract is up, which I believe is. Oh, Earl Bowen was Zeus in the original Poseidon's Fury. That makes a lot of sense, honestly. I think Simpsons ride has something like 7 or 8 more years. Like there's 7 or 8 more years on that contract. I think it'll last at least that long. And then once the contract's up, I think Disney is going to. I'm not the first person to think this, but I suspect Disney's going to say to Universal, look, we'll let you keep The Simpsons on both coasts if you let us have Marvel back in Florida. And, yeah, I don't know. Portal 2 is a great game. I weirdly think Shrek has longer left in Japan because, like, Shrek is still an internationally recognized property. And I know Shrek 4D isn't good, but but like you get that kind of name recognition. Well, I hope you enjoy all the classic LucasArts games on Steam. A bunch of things that Disney probably doesn't even know that they own. But they all came with the Lucasfilm purchase, so also Sam and Max at this point could belong to Disney several times over, because I believe, because the game was LucasArts, I think the TV series was Fox, and Steve Purcell works, or at least for a while worked, for Pixar. So Disney has a lot of ins with Sam and Max if they want to do anything with them. More dimly lit rooms with portraits of a J.K. Simmons character. Many people have also pointed out that I point out that in that game, or in that ride, Jameson sounds more like Grunkle Stan, and this was before it was revealed that that the other Stan Pines would be J. Jonah Jameson. So yeah, if I was making that video now, I'd talk about how Jameson sounds like the wrong Pines brother. Well, that's cool. I was shocked that they didn't, like, when they turned the cartoon store in Orlando into SpongeBob SquarePants. I was surprised they didn't turn the pizza place next to it into the Krusty Krab, but I guess they just needed it to still be mediocre theme park pizza. Imagine a Sam and Max experience at either Toontown or somewhere in Hollywood Studios. On the list for possible armchair Imagineerings is a Sam and Max ride, because I have loose ideas that I need to flesh out. But obviously the gift shop it lets you out into at the end would be Bosco's Inconvenience. Oh, this guy again. Why won't you die, Stickly Man? Oh, they had a Krusty Krab at Kings Island. That makes sense. It's like Nickelodeon and Hanna-Barbera are the properties that have been licensed by more theme parks than any other. Because like the SpongeBob 4D show has been in so many parks and hotels and aquariums. And Hanna-Barbera has been at Universal and Six Flags and Paramount Parks. And, local, not quite theme park campground experiences like Jellystone Park and Bedrock USA. Okay, can I get up there in time this time? There we go. That's an annoying device. Yeah, the Mall of America. I still am the person on earth most fascinated by the fact that when Cedar bought the Paramount Parks, they turned all of the Nickelodeon areas into Camp Snoopy's, and then Nickelodeon took over the Mall of America Camp Snoopy's. So little bait and switch. That's like us. Silhouette. Z-Saver. It looks like you are wearing a puppet theater. Oh, anime Coach Z is Zoro. Tastes like a #1 jam. So how do I make you die, Zochki? So it's only after you strike. That. Boy, I wish he had a health bar. $14 hits for Z-Saber. Well, it's a lot fewer hits for Stinko Man, so we'll see if I win. I probably won't. My new big muscles do not seem to be giving me any more health or... God damn it. Very M. Bison with the floating with the cape. But like movie M. Bison specifically. Yeah, I'm gonna completely die here. That's just what's gonna happen. Nice. Ah. I'm just gonna keep dying. That's all. Loading cutscene. Dot, dot, dot. And so it begins. I bet inside quotes. No, this is the last word on Trogdor, I guess. Mecha Trogador? Watch out for that beefy arm. What am I supposed to aim for? The head? Well, I already didn't kill Trogdor in Peasant's Quest, which is how you win Peasant's Quest, is by not killing Trogdor. Can I jump on him? Nope. Shoot him in the eye 3 times, then the laser 3 times. Thank you for the tips. Oh, then I'll just have to wait. No, I got followed by the beefy arm. Holding takes 18 hits in total. It's always 18 hits, isn't it? Oh, the beefy arm was aiming higher. I should have stayed below. I really like this mashup of the Trogdor theme and the game's theme. The soundtrack is very good. Ah, those must be the crystals. I can hit you 9 times. Go away, beefy arm. Ha, good thing my platform died, so I didn't get hit by his beefiness. So it's weird that the future Trogdor is not on the side of the future Strong Bad, although I guess in a cool game for attractive people, Trogdor wasn't exactly on your side either. It's just weird that future Coach Z was able to tame's not the word, but able to corral Mecha Trogador. God damn it. I'm down to 1 man's. Is he back at full health? Because that's annoying. Okay, I just gotta do everything and not get hurt, you know. The two things in this game I'm bad at, succeeding and not getting hurt. No, the V's are too consummate for this to be Coach Z's drawing. No, bad timing there. Go away, Beefy. Why you gotta be like that, game? That's not an improvement. Do 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 do. Fuck. I'ma die. I'ma go die. My stomach hurts indeed. Okay, well, hopefully I can pick up just from the Trogdor fight. We'll see. Clicking more. Final boss. Cool. So we got the Burnination and the beefy arm, but he's not making much use of the Wingaling. I'm doing a little better this time. Nope, don't want to be up there just yet. Well, I guess there was really no correct way to be there. And we're getting somewhere. I'm getting the hang of this slightly. I mean, I'm still dying a lot, but I'm getting something resembling the hang of it. I'm also not saying any entertaining things, and for that I apologize. I'm getting very engrossed in this now. Have we ever seen Trogdor fly? Good question. But it's still one of his defining features that he's a wingling dragon. So whether he flies or not, the wings, there should be use made of the wings. Hey, now we're talking. I knew something. About to explode. Great plan. Oh, now we're getting into like Metroid territory. No. Yeah, I'm not going to survive this part. Let's see how much good that energy does me if I just run out of time. I like how the whole screen is shaking. It's annoying, but I like it. Now I gotta wait for you, platform. Shh, God damn it. Nope, 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 nope. Just gonna find my piece. Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna have to climb up the entire thing that I came down to get here because I do not like that. Oh, and there's still enemies too? Great. Well, that was stupid. That was my own fault. Okay, so I got to get up there. Do any of these jump low enough? Nope. I got to use the skull. Yeah. Okay, so first things first. Got to kill that guy. I'm sure there's more than 17 seconds worth of temple I still have to explore, so yeah, I'm not going to make it in this life. It seems like it should be a meta joke about that. About escaping the Flash. Hey, Matt, glad you rewatched my videos. I hope they are still enjoyable, even if they are wildly out of date. Okay. There's that explode. Okay, let's see if we can't get a little further this time. Do. What year's the Blitz California set in? Mostly 2016. Even though I make some references to more recent things. But in terms of like the attractions that are open, it's basically stuff that was open in 2016. Dave does more than just Disney Summer in January. Orlando, Dave, Florida Theme Park Blitz Extravaganza. Yeah, I don't even have that title memorized anymore. Before the Blitz Extravaganza, I was thinking about using that titling convention for a different thing where I wanted to do a series specifically about the Phantom Menace PC game. Speaking of LucasArts, and I was going to the whole thing was going to be like part Let's Play, part riff, part review. So I was going to call it a riff play view extravaganza for numerous reasons that never got around to happening, largely due to my own failing equipment. But I'd still like to do something with that game sometime because I have a fascinating relationship with that game. Yes, I do remember when we thought 2016 was the worst. This is why I'm kind of not going to make too much of a thing about New Year's, because, like, yes, we're happy to be out of 2020, but we were happy to be out of 2019, and look what happened. I've never been much of a New Year's person anyway. It just always seemed like an arbitrary marker of time to me, just the one we as a society decided. Oh, thank God. Yeah, I have not been back to Florida since 2012, so I'm looking forward to seeing like a completely functional new Fantasyland if I ever make it down to Florida again. Supposed to drop down here? I hope so, because that's what I'm doing. If this isn't the way to go, then it perfect. Are we gonna get another flying level or no? Just cutscene. I love the beard just blowing away. More. For a sequel or maybe an animated series. Marzume and cheat ball. Extreme patience, but oh, come on, Stickly Man. Stickly Man will not die. But neither will I. I don't have a health bar anymore. The Pendini sisters. I love how they all have names. True classic video game style. Mistletoe. Grotan. The Shadow Coach Z is called Bubs. That's very funny. Ba-da-la-la, ba-da-la-la, ba-da-ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da. Nebulon! An ice machine. Okay. Worst end boss ever. Z-Saber. And Mecha Trogador winks at us. Stickly Man refuses to die. Let's revisit that. It just takes us to YouTube. Okay, well that's... Okay. All right. That seems as good a time as any to call it a night. Thank you all for joining. If I can squeeze in time for another stream, we might play a few more Homestar games before the end of the year, but I don't know if I can or not. But I'm planning on streaming more regularly in the new year. Some public streams and some Patreon exclusive streams. Not just Homestar related. We're going to be doing more sort of impromptu riffing on theme park specials. We are going to be doing some board games, hopefully. Get some phones set up for cameras and play some board games, including the Trogdor board game eventually. And maybe even some cooking. We have some theme park cookbooks that we thought we'd do some live testing with. So in 2021, the goal is to stream more often, both public streams and Patreon exclusive streams. So stay tuned for those. In the meantime, thank you all for joining us. And until next time, this is Dave signing off.